future doctors who transitions us or interconnects the philosophy of chiropractic with the research. So I think you're going to be impressed with what he has to say. Rich, come on up.
One shot. We're going to start with a quick little video. What is this? What are we looking at? Whatever it is, it looks pretty intelligent to me. Does anybody have an idea of what this is? Okay, so this is cerebrospinal fluid circulating through neuronal tissue. Okay? It is a fluid mosaic of function. It's adaptation, it's constantly changing. Being on stage, blood pressure is raised. This is going a lot faster. So, it's under control within the cranial cavity from three main factors. It's constantly held in check by the brain itself, which is only minimally compressible, and the two things that can change, the cerebrospinal fluid itself and blood pressure, both arterial coming up to the cranial cavity and venous draining out. Okay? Is there a clicker? Right. So as the heart contracts and blood pressure increases, venous blood drains out of the cranial cavity and CSF circulates out. So what's one function of cerebrospinal fluid? Doctors, students, who has an idea?
Provide nutrition.
Provide nutrition. Okay, so cerebrospinal fluid brings metabolites to neuronal tissue. Another important factor is it actually goes through and sweeps out waste. As neurons function, right, they use that metabolism and they have byproducts. Like it's excreted out of the cell, the same way that if you were the cell, your house, you bring the trash can out every Tuesday. The cerebrospinal fluid is the garbage man that goes through every week, gets the trash, so you have a nice pristine environment, right? That's its function. We'll go to the next slide here. Anyone know what this is? That sounds a lot to me and to us as the normal complete cycle. Universal intelligence to innate intelligence, as it sends information over the nerves with the mental impulse to the tissue cell. It's received and personified, vibration, impression back up to the brain. It is health, it is adaptation, it's fluid, it's dynamic. It's here, like this is what we were looking for. This is health. Now, who knows what that jumble is? That's altered function, that's incoordination, that is the abnormal complete cycle. That is incoordination, that is dis-ease, that is the body not functioning at 100%. So, what does this look like when talking about intracranial compliance? That's here. This is from the Journal of Phlebotomy in 2014. This just came out this year. It's taking multi-slice CT scans, venography with contrast. You're looking at the veins being illuminated. And what they're showing here is the transverse process of atlas as it's shifted, compressing the external jugular vein. So these are, in the study, they're looking at 52 patients with multiple sclerosis. And they're saying, the Journal of Phlebotomy, not chiropractors, not anything to do with us, they're saying that the transverse process of atlas is actually occluding the veins. Imagine you have a hose, a garden hose, and you occlude 75% of it. Imagine the pressure difference that you're creating. That's happening in your skull when this happens. So of those 52 patients in this study, over 50% of them had an occlusion greater than 75%. That pressure causes cerebrospinal fluid to leak out of its normal channels, to go to different parts of the brain where it doesn't belong. Body seeing this, it attacks it. It's responding normally to an abnormal situation. This leads to demyelination, it leads to fibrosis, and plaquing on MRI. A chiropractor is actually working with this. His name is Scott Rosa, and he does upper cervical work. Just want to give homage to him and the work he's doing. So, knowing this, someone famous once said that we stand on the shoulders of giants, right? That's so true in chiropractic, but there are giants in other professions as well. We don't have to do the grunt work that's already been done. We can stand on their shoulders and look out through our lens and see horizons that we haven't seen before, while keeping it within the chiropractic philosophy and our job, our realm. Dr. Schubel was saying yesterday, think differently to have a different result. Something like that. And we do think differently. We have a philosophy that's unique. We see things in a different light, right? So, just want to finish with one other thought that Dr. Dill, my mentor, emphasized today in his talk as far as having a having a conviction stronger than your desire to please. Thank you. People are suffering from this. This is end organ. This is like the end of the line for these people. This happens 20 years before, they've had this for 20 years, let's say. You can make an impact on people's lives before they get to this stage by practicing what we do, by looking through our lens and using the research that's out there to help emphasize our points. So that's what I want to leave you guys with, is to really find that conviction within yourselves to make this change. All right? Thank you all.